Leo, welcome to the Winds of Jupiter February 2018 Tarot reading. Now you received the Iwas rune, and this equals the Death card, indicating transformation, endurance. It's so funny, half the signs received that rune. Now there's 24 runes in that alphabet, and I kept picking Iwas, so there's a lot of people that are going through transformations. And this makes sense. The January 31st lunar eclipse, about home, relationships, and changes in them. And then the February 15th solar eclipse, which is about freedom, independence, how you fit into the big picture of this world and in your microcosm. Now the overall energy card that you received is the Seven of Wands. And from my memory, you've received that a couple times in the recent past, which is indicating that there's some people that are disagreeing with you. You're on the defensive. Maybe people are trying to manipulate you. Whatever you're doing, you're defending yourself and your rights and your beliefs at the same time. 7 can be a card that indicates that you've been seeking some truths that are swirling around you that have been elusive for some reason. Wands is fire energy, but recently I've had this feeling that there's been too much enthusiasm involved in it. It's been distracting. I think too that you've been vacillating about some things and haven't made some decisions about some things. Things are kind of hanging up in the air right now. Now the cards on the left for what you know, receive the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. More fire energy here. You've been carrying a heavy load. You've been doing a lot of responsibilities. And I think these responsibilities were actually the responsibilities of the people that are manipulating you. The ones that are forcing you to defend yourself. But in a way, this is all changing because the number 10 is about endings and new beginnings. And you dropping the wands. But you're the one that has to make that decision because you're in that conflict environment with the 7 of Wands. But the 8 of Wands is conjoined with the 10 of Wands. And it's saying now you're progressing from 7 to 8. And the 8 of Wands is positive change. Sudden, unfolding positive changes could be occurring. It's also about bringing in messages and maybe the possibility of moving or travel. This is a transformational card that does equal the Iwas rune for transformation. Things are starting to change in your life. And I can see that too with the cards next door, because you received the Fool and the 6 of Pentacles. It's time for you to go on a new quest. Things are changing so much now that you want to discover some new things. Walk down some new paths. The Fool is spiritus in Latin, meaning the breath of life. It's time to inject yourself with some new breath of life. Breath is life. And now you have a new beginning and you're going on a new journey. And the 6 of Pentacles is a giving and receiving card. And here it's indicating for you to balance your giving and receiving out. Maybe back there with the 7 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, you were giving too much and receiving too little. It really is a tenuous balance to keep a give and receive into a balance of some sort. Sometimes it's a very difficult effort to keep things in balance, especially when people are disagreeing with you or even maybe manipulating you. Leos are very generous people, and sometimes they're taken advantage of. And maybe that's because you love too much. I don't know if that's possible, but sometimes it is. And you can smother people with that love too. And maybe that's why people are defensive to you with the Seven of Wands up there, is that you've been kind of smothering them as well. Whatever it is, things have been swinging around like a pendulum from positive to negative for you. And that's why you want to go on this new discovery trip with the Fool. But you have to think right now, because the cards next door to that is the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Swords will set your thinking right. She doesn't allow a bunch of nonsense. It's time for you now to use logic in your decision making and not emotions. Time to use reason and rationalities and look at the real thing of what's going on in life in front of you. Not what you think it is, what it really is. And that's the Queen of Wands is you, whether you're male or female. She's there to make sure that you're doing your managerial job in your life and taking care of your life. Balancing out the giving and taking. Not carrying too many wands when other people should be helping you carry them. She wants you to mellow out your drama, because Leos can have a lot of drama. She wants you to learn your lesson about giving and receiving so you receive your rewards. Now the future cards are really interesting. You have the World, the Six of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Tower, and the Magician. My goodness, 3 out of 5 of these cards are major arcana cards, commanding cards. You have the World card there. It's saying that you're coming to an end of a cycle. And the Ten of Wands agrees with that too. You're cycling out. You've learned a lesson. And the Fool agrees with that too, because it's time to go on some new discoveries. Take on some new challenges. You've graduated from something. You've made some realizations. And the Six of Wands is a celebration card. It's a card also about victory, being honored. And if other people haven't recognized that you're changing, you're patting yourself on the back saying, yeah, good job. But here you've got the Knight of Swords, and this is a very impetuous energy, so it's saying, make sure you slow down. Don't make any rash decisions. The queens, both the Queens, the Swords and the Wands, are there to remind you not to make rash decisions and rush in to anything, because it'll be a mistake. Now the Tower card is saying, yeah, there's going to be some changes in circumstances. And the Eight of Wands card is all about that, but it's positive change. The Tower card is a neutral card. It's not a negative card. It's only negative if you make it that, and you make the wrong decisions. And the Magician, there it is. You have all the tools that you need to change your life and go on the quest with the Fool. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.